line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up. Finger to the sky and a green light shining bright. The only thing I have in mind is the finish line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children in all ages, it is time here to present to you the Racing Sports Memorabilia Goat Racing League Truck Series here on PTM Racing TV at Iowa Speedway here in Newton, Iowa. Hello again, everyone. I am the Crusader, Christian Shire, joining you guys live on the call once more as we are about to see some of the world's fastest short track racing on the market back again with the Truck Series division. And what could be a stellar race out today. Let's take a look at our starting lineup on the pole. The 5 will be Chad Coleman, the outside. The 19, it is Tyler Dalton. Row number 2, and the number 7, it's Scott Simley, the outside. And the big 15, Joe Hudson. Row number 3 is the 84 of Anthony M. Calatani. And the outside, it will be the 41 of E.J. O'Rourke. Row number 4 will be Brian V. Macklin, and the 30, the outside. And the number 6 is Mike Kelly. Row number 5 is the 75 of Alan Wild, the outside, and the 87 is Steve Ritter. Row 6 is Russell Ottaway, and the 89, the outside, and the 3-5, Jeff Ryan. Row number 7 will be piloted by the 24, Cody DeForest, the outside, and the 99, Tommy Ryan. Row number 8 is the 8, Maurice Burnett, the outside, and the 4-8, it's Randy Coaching. Row 9 in the 0-1, Cody Sturgill, the outside, and the 0-2, Shannon Wood. Row 10 is the 97 Jeff Ramsdale, the outside, and that 60 is John Hickman Jr. Row number 11 is the 4-4 of Christoph Hall, the outside, and the number 10, it's Ryan D. Cook. Row number 12 will be the 11 of Ron Holyfield, the outside, and the 23, Charles Van Schuyck. Row number 13 and the number 25, Jimmy North, the outside, and that 90 and that 93, Bud Shearer. Row 14 will be Dakota Kramer, and the 42, the outside, the 96 is Jerry Livingston. And your final row 15, the 36 of Richard Crane, with the 31 of David Scott. Ladies and gentlemen, the field is set. The drivers are ready. It is time to bring it down to the green. This heated, complacent, and tough as nails driver's entry, ready to do battle and ready to send it on down its way and have at it for one big run. It's 3 stages in this one as usual. Stage 1 will be at lap 30, stage 2 on lap 65, 65 to the distance from there on out. And this being my home track as well, you know I'm going to have a little bit more energy to my name and a lot more oomph in there because I absolutely love this track, and it's not by a personal bias on its own. It is a multi-groove facility. It's a tough terrain, all-out warfare plant. This track brings out the best. It brings out the toughest in these competitors. As we set them down fourth in towards the back straightaway, entering for turn 3. Pace truck will come off down off turn 3 to 4 here as Chad Coleman and Tyler Dalton leading the way off into the distance, off to the guy and off to the playing field. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to begin it. Your Race 6 Sports Memorabilia Truck Series at Iowa Speedway begins stage number 1. To the roar of the clouds, delight. The 5 of Chad Coleman will take the early lead here in the rest of their field, moving their way to the chains. Calatani immediately jumping on the outside while Macklin tries to shoot it from the bottom. Looking for some runs early. Drivers maneuvering through the field. It's going to be very racy. It's going to be very challenging out of the gate for drivers to make good passes, good clean runs, and try to hope for some openings when they can. Makes for an extremely diverse little run here and a schedule here as the field moves their way down. Also all the way in the 89. Little problems coming on turn number 4. As the old Sweetwater is going to have to fire his way, find back off to the top side there. Chad Coleman, your race leader for at least the time being. Trying to hold down the field as you can see him maneuvering right up into the wall protection with the rest of the field staying right behind him. Coleman going to put the pressure early on Dalton and keep the pressure on Simley as well. Looking for his first win of the season and trying to finally break out a little bit of a long streak of not being able to take the top spot. He's had the second place spot locked up for quite a while, but this is the first time he's really going to test to get that top number 1 spot here. And expect some of that around here too. Those old bumpers and chrome domes will be used up a little bit. Scott Simley getting a little tag there from old Anthony M. Calatani coming down through our turn number 4. That's Simley right now trying to keep the Mobile One Toyota Tundra right in the mix there with the other Chevrolet and the Ford. Dalton immediately going to try to park on the outside. Good aggressive run there coming off. Now to the bottom, corners it off. Look for the slingshot. Here comes the crossover. And the Adrenaline Shock 5 saw it coming. He laid him like a fiddle. But Dalton knows Iowa Speedway is a multi-group track for a reason. Forcing Coleman to have to use the middle and the outside groove, working the bottom lane up, trying to build power, trying to build up a run. Drafting right up in the mix. Dalton has a slight advantage entering into the corner. This is what I was talking about earlier. This track was designed after Richmond Raceway with just a little bit more banking and a little bit more of a construction in it, forcing many to have to get smart and to work hard. Coleman losing the spot over to Dalton early. We'll see if he can try to get that back here as time progresses through the race. You're on board camera now with the TSN service number 6, Mike Kelly. Another Tundra driver right now trying to stay with the rest of the Tundra fleet. The Toyota so far have kept a good pace in the top 10 up into the top 5, but the Chevy and the Fords have not been outduked just yet. They're still pretty much right where they need to be and keeping good pace and control. As you can see too, we're now the lines start to cross over. Drivers having to find a little bit of a run on the outside or run in the middle. You can run the bottom, you can run the middle, you can run the top if you want in terms of the corners, but that back straightaway, you're always trying to lean in towards that top line. Going to 3 and 4, you're really aiming to that top groove, whereas most would probably try to aim towards the bottom groove, depending on where they are pinpointed out, where their accuracy is wanting to lay them down to. Speaking of laying down too, it looks like Charles Van Slyke laying down some good laps here as the fast lane 23 Ford F-150 tries to hammer off and hone the craft up. He gets it right ahead of Ryan D. Cook here. As out of our 30 drivers today, John Hickman Jr. not able to make the call, unfortunately, so that will put him somewhere in the mix of the back of the packs here in terms of the next couple races to come. The points battle there. Here's another guy that knows a thing or two about racing on the really hard tracks and running the driver's kind of tracks. Brian V. Backlund, the number 30 Navy machine. This guy is one guy you can't take too lightly, and you know he will put everything on the line to put that pedal to the metal and put everyone on notice. It simply is now the next target in line for him. Anthony M. Calatani, though, hard charging up, 2 spots up. He's making some moves. He's running the grooves in, running the speeds up, and just keeping the power at bay. Backlund trying to shoot himself right underneath there. The number 7 is Simley here as Simley continues to defend and deflect him out. Calatani not able to make a pass on Coleman yet. Coleman's still blocking. Around the outskirts of the corners and around the outskirts of the machinery here. Tyler Dodd, your race leader for the moment anyway. The rest of the field just trying to hang in there with him as well. Jeff Ryan, the 35, only 1 spot up, with the 99. Tommy Ryan behind him, going 2 spots in there. The VA811.com has been pretty solid, but the Valvoline 35 right there with it as well, as Ritter holds the top 10 on both lanes for qualifying and in the race so far. Yeah, it doesn't really surprise me too much either how smooth, collective some of these drivers have been and how hard they've already ran this thing into the ground. Trying to find openings when they can, trying to find maneuvering when they can get to it. And Cody DeForge, now the next symptom into that playground, into that situation with the Race 6 Sports Memorabilia 24. But he's got company right behind. Go to the battle for the top 15 here. Shannon Wood, Maurice Burnett, head to head here between the other two. Burnett has not had the season in his mind he feels like he should have had. He has currently been lower on the totem poles. He's been lower in the fastest speed department. And right now he's trying to change that with anything he can do in this race. The clock is ticking though. And the stage lap 1 is almost coming near its conclusive end decision. Many drivers right now just trying to get the most out of the equipment, trying to get the most out of the run here. Down on the outside line there is Shannon Wood in the 02 Real Tree as he now puts the fight to the RCSM of 24 DeForge. It's not giving him any run, not giving him any openings, but unfortunately it's not going to do him much good either way. Back up to the front right now here with only about 11 laps remaining here. 12 laps in total. Tyler Dalton, Coleman, and Anthony Calatani going head to head here. Both drivers keeping the pace and keeping the momentum high. Coleman looking to try to make a run there on Dalton, but Dalton again, he is after only one thing: to be the best driver and to be the toughest driver to beat out constantly and on this show. The way he's been running, I wouldn't put it past anyone else in this case. Cody Sturgill, the 01, yet again coming out for another little fight out, despite the fact he's had nothing but bad luck and broadcast curses thrown his way. With the Johnny Walker whiskey tangoing up a little with that 24 DeForge. You can see that when they get off that outside line, if they get a little too close for their own comfort, they will get loose or they'll get a little too grabbed out. You have to watch that rear end. You have to watch the nose of the truck as well, slipping out underneath you or giving up any groove or any runs. Anything is so much as a little mistake, it costs you dearly. These drivers are well aware of that. Back on board here with the number 8 of Maurice Burnett here as the field continues to stretch out just a little more. And again, this will happen to the stage. They'll stretch out longer and longer, and then the next thing you know, we'll start to see covers and goers. We'll start to see drivers getting a little bit closer to the edge of the lane here and out of the position here. And speaking on the edge of anything here, Alan Wild trying not to go over the edge here as the Alpha Men 75 nearly became the Alpha Dog. But thankfully he was able to swear that Alpha Man Podcast 75 thing right back up. Jeff Ryan right in the mix of this too here. He's looking on as he sees a major opening spotted. He sees Wood and he sees Wild right now struggling to keep their truck in culture here. He may be able to really sling this one through if he can get some momentum clipped out here. There you go. This is the big thing we're going to constantly hear about. We're going to be seeing a lot of is the momentum starting to shift between one driver versus the other. Quickly everything flips around on itself throughout this races. I tell you what, besides just seeing the college girls of Iowa coming back from their basketball tournament, congratulations to them and all, Caitlin Clark and all of them for being able to pull off such a great season and a great team there. That sucks we couldn't bring it home for the win there, but that's alright. Congrats to LSU, I guess, for taking that home. I will say, coming home as well to applause and crowds there here in Iowa was certainly quite the treat. I did win here in my Pushing Wins Racing League campaign. I was glad to get that championship out of the way finally. So for those that gave me a thank you or not the like or any of that stuff, or just all the support, thanks so much for being with me on this wild 3-year journey, not just broadcasting, but also in racing in total. So hoping we can maybe bring home one more championship one day, but for now, I'm just happy we're even able to get one. And speaking of that championship, right now, again, that championship favorite, Tyler Dalton, has been the guy everybody has been eyeing and spying on to try to see how to take him down, how to get the best out of their equipment, and to become the best driver for themselves. If you ask me, the best way to do it is really just to go out there and keep racing. And just hope that everything will work out in your favor eventually. Charles Van Syke yet again starting from the back of the outhouse and once again just maneuvering his way through the White House. And I've said it before and I don't know how many times I got to keep saying it. Charles literally is the only driver that I know that could literally muscle through the entire field, pass everybody on a dime. But when it comes to where he starts, he literally starts so far in the back. I just don't understand why he doesn't try to get a qualifying run in, or why he does not feel the confidence he does when he drives this aggressive and this perfect to the front of the pack. I mean, I guess it's one thing to have a little fun with it and enjoy it, but if he's really trying to pursue for a title, well, he's making a big believer out of me. He's going to do it the absolute hard way. Stage caution out for stage number 30. Stage 1 in the books. Clear on lap 30 is what I meant to say. And Tyler Dalton going to be your stage winner in this one. The TSN Service 7500 Cam swapping out his paint and going back to something a little bit more his usual style. But yet again, his pure dominance and unalterated horsepower just continues to strike fear in the hearts of many, and many others just trying to figure out how to best him. Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen, down to pit road. This is going to be an interesting one. We got a lot of strategy you can put up. You can take right side tires and leave those left sides alone. You can take fuel and go. It's up to really the driver's choice. If I'm them right now, though, I'm definitely looking at that fuel run and looking at those tires. And EJ O'Rourke going to get out first. EJ will be the first one on the bunch. He only took fuel. Anthony Calatani fuel as well. Chad Coleman looks like only taking fuel, and looks like Tommy Ryan going to go fuel. Only Tyler Dalton taking tires here. Bobby Skinner's, I don't know what he was thinking about LSU. I think he's trying to say something else, but honestly, I'll say this, Skinner. I mean, for all that hype and all that nonsense they threw out on the news, I will say point blank, it's just sports. It's all it is, man. There's trash talkers, and there are people that will make their own name for themselves in some other way. So, in my opinion, as long as those people are not afraid to become a heel or a face, then in my opinion, there's really nothing else we need to complain about other than just watching them go out and play. And well, the Talking Giants versus the World 84 has put on a great performance here so far. But now he's going to go up against the old rival there in the Personal Comfort 41 of EJ O'Rourke. Chad Coleman having a great start out of the gate here. Having a good little fight out there between those old-time rival and Tyler Dalton. With Dalton taking 4 tires, though, man, that really kind of makes me wonder, is he trying to avoid the inevitable conclusion in battle with that old 23 of Charles Van Schaik? Because Charles now back in the 6th spot, and you know how quick he can muscle through a field. Imagine what he'll do when he gets some fresher tires on there. But right now, he's going to be working around what O'Rourke, Calatani, Ryan, Coleman have been working around so far, so that will inevitably be a big factor. But honestly, with Tyler Dalton, I don't think there's any factors in this one we didn't have to explain to you. We already know what he's up to. He's got 4 tires. He was fast as it was getting there for the first half, but he was probably burning up a little bit just trying to hang everybody on. So who knows, could that come back to bite him? We'll have to see. Coming down off turn number 4 here, ladies and gentlemen, let us begin stage number 2 here at Iowa Speedway. It's time to bring them back to the track. Here we go. Green flag is out. You know, I don't know what it is about a Truck Series restart, but it just sounds so good when they get them off the line. O'Rourke, Calatani going head to head. Look at this. Calatani trying to sneak his way through. Not enough time though. Caution is coming out for the troublesome Cody Sturgill, the 0-1 with problems down there. And the Johnny Walker Silverado, more problems to be had. Let's go to the Pizza Race TV Instant Replay and find out more about this one. Well, that was a bit of a mess there. I don't know if Sturgill just didn't know where he was going or what happened there, but everybody else got really smart there and avoided him right in the mix of it. We'll take one more look at it from the blimp cam. Maybe we get a better view here. What happened here to the 35? There is a first problem. Oh! Looks like the 48. I think that might have been I think that might have indeed been Randy Coaching. Yeah, Randy Coaching. That was the one that got into him there. And damage definitely suffered up on the 0-1 of Cody Sturgill. So now has to kind of get himself situated back out and kind of figure it up here on the show. So now the field going to get run right back on its grounds here, get settled back down. Again, there was a lot of hard racing there mixed in, and a lot of drivers found themselves trapped between a rock and a hard place. Field gonna have to string along and get settled back down a bit here. They know that those restarts are tough here. Again, this isn't a track that is gonna hold your truck down, hold your car down. This is a very slippery track if you're not careful of those restarts. It's a bumpy track. It's also a very rough-ended little circuit. Really forces drivers to get smart, get clever, while at the same time pushing themselves in such a harmonious way, making for such an interesting little run around here. Coming right off the distance, back to the green flag we go. Stage number 2 continues on. O'Rourke getting another good start. Dalton's going to be on the outside. That's where he wants to be to get the most momentum off of fresh tires. Coleman trying not to let him through. O'Rourke way wide. Here comes Calatani to the inside. He drove it in there wide. I think he was expecting the 19 to come for him. Dalton now kind of trapped between a rock and a hard place. He's going to have to start pushing a little bit. O'Rourke right now just keeping all the momentum on his favor and in his game plan here. Well, maybe not for long though. Tyler Dalton just found an opening. Calatani left the door open and O'Rourke left it wide open. You don't leave that bottle open to any fresher tires there, my friends. Now Dalton is going to have to find a way to outmaneuver O'Rourke again. Just drive in a little deeper, and the 41 will have to let it sit. Got to cross it up, rear end kicks out a little bit. We have a new leader again. Tyler Dalton takes back the lead. Joe Hudson, the USAL 15 on top of the Adrenaline Shock, number 5, trying to get some momentum going. Uh-oh, trouble down there, looks like, for Dakota Kramer. Kramer coming to a stop here on turn number 2. Not sure what went wrong down there for him. No caution out. We'll take a look at the replay, though. A little back of the pack here. Oh! And Cody Sturgill clips him just over so slightly, and there goes Kramer. Yeah, he got in the wall. I'm surprised that wasn't a caution there, actually. Caution was not thrown, though. They'll race it out. And Scott Simley, by the way, just moved himself way into position. Simley has been one of those drivers too, like, when you just watch him go out there and put on a show, he can do well in the trucks, he can do well in the Cup Series, and he's shown in the Cup Series, he's got some master plans there. With his 2 wins he's brought to the table, he's been well diverse and well known to really make the best out of his equipment, the best out of his situation. I suspect there'll be a lot more of that in due time here. Tommy Ryan, the number 99. Silverado right now just keeping a good playing field up right at the moment. Hudson jumping it right ahead. Hudson again had some bad breaks this season. He's trying to fix that up with this one today. Side by side, Mike Kelly coming on the inside a little bit, looking for a runoff or two, and couldn't quite get up to him there to make the pass. Jeff Ramsdell, though, not too far back off from them either. And you hear the throttle rhythm too these drivers are bringing to the table. Again, they have to be strong in the entry, smooth in the apex, and very hard off the and very smooth off the exit for the most traction and the most speed. But what that does is because you have to be aggressive entering in the entry, it forces drivers to have to think outside the box a little bit and really get a lot more intuitive with the throttle. Which allows for maneuvers like this where you see the slide job, the crossover from Jeff Ramsdell. Go to that top, you go to the bottom, then you cross it back down, up. There's that slider, as we always refer to it. Black 55 patrolling on their radar right now, currently in their thoughts here at the moment. EJ O'Rourke right now right in front of the Hudson and the Kelly clan. And Kelly right now watching on, trying to get some run there on that 15. While the 41 tries to hang on a little bit. Kelly to the right side. Now back to the inside. 3 wide saloon. Coming through 3 and 4. Oh, they're deadlocked in there too. Beautiful corner out there from O'Rourke, getting it right ahead of Hudson just a little bit. Kelly couldn't hold him. I admire Kelly's strategy there, but again, that was a very risky move to try to get a run from that corner and that angle. It was not going to work out if he didn't try to push a little bit more. Ramsdell looking to make a pay for that. They're getting pretty close up there. That's close. That is really close. O'Rourke and Hudson here, they are almost putting the fenders completely together. One driver trying to outdo the other. The other wants to see the position go his way. And Ramsdell, man, again, you just can't be helping but feeling very impressed right now with what he's been up to this season. He's been a hidden gem in my opinion. He's hidden in the top 5 quite a few times. He's been hitting some extremely good runs up for the race lead before, but he's just been kind of laying low until everybody else kind of doesn't expect him, and all of a sudden he just kind of sneaks his way around and again comes flying in like a harpoon. It's quite frankly impressive to me how well he's been this clever, this controlled, and really without merit too. I mean, really the biggest thing I just can't think about is how is he able to just continue to master that kind of level, that kind of playing field, knowing how difficult and how tough this competition is. I know I literally even had heard that about our season championship when we ran that for pushing limits was the toughest that it could have been. I mean, yeah, it was the toughest for points. It was toughest for overall, like, what to have to work with. But for how many drivers we had, that was nothing compared to this. This is literally a who's who of mix and match and drivers from high ranks to low ranks. The only difference is that they're not quite as evened out as the other two series were as Sunday and Mondays. Some of them really diversed out from a 1300 I rating to a 6000 I rating. But what makes it impressive to me is that it's so competitive. And no matter where they drive out, no matter where they are on the track, they always have some competitive nature within their souls. The NVIDIA 93 too as well, Bud Sure. This is a guy we talk about constantly, but the NVIDIA number 93 has literally been to the championship hunt last season in both competitions we broadcasted for, which was trucks in the Cup Series. This season, he's been winless so far. I asked him, why is that? Why is this 93 camp not been on the top of the mountain? He never really could give me an answer. He just kind of looked at me and kind of shrugged. He didn't really know how to explain it. He didn't know really how to feel about it. He knows he's so close and so far from it, but right now, with the pressure mounting here, we're going 3 wide, and yet again, Ron Holyfield, Chad Coleman, and Anthony M. Kalatani side by side yet again. The triples going for broke here with the final laps pursuing. But the problem is, unless your name's Tyler Dalton, Nobody's catching you here. This is what 4 fresh tire sets will do, and a whole thing of fuel will get you. It's laps like this. That is ridiculous here. He's got a huge, huge amount of gain on these drivers. But again, I must reiterate, Dalton is running on another set of tires. When they go into pit road, everybody will be taking those 4 sets. And I almost guarantee you that will be something to watch out for. Down to the line, down the wire here. Time running out here for these drivers in this field. Dalton closing the laps down. Just 2 more to go. 1 more of this next time on by for stage number 2. He's put on a hellacious performance and an absolute perfectionist race. But now, he knows these drivers will be paying close attention to what he was doing and what he's been up to. And look, to out-strategize and outsmart him here on down to the final 2 turns. Dalton continues his reign of dominance. He is your stage winner for number 2. And now with us halfway done in this race, all that remains is, can the 19 put everything together again? The most winning driver on this circuit so far. And really, it's without question and without merit, because he has just been dominating throughout this race, throughout this season. It really just kind of hones in on the craft of just how difficult it is to try to actually take him down. Pit road right now, we're going to get him squared out. Dalton trying to hurry out of there, and he's going to get out of there first. Beats out Simley and Hudson. All 4 tires and fuel for these drivers. I mean, really, no surprise there, in my opinion. We knew that was going to come around, and we knew they were going to be making that maneuver there. field one more time around. Maybe size themselves up, getting ready for this one. Only one thing is for sure is you just never know what to expect from here on out. Alright, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to double file them up this time on by. Or maybe, well, yeah, there we go, there we go. I was about to say, Simley, probably waiting for Dalton to decide where he wants to go. Looks like Dalton's saying, hey, I want the outside line. Simley probably not wanting to agree with that one very much. And hold on, folks. We had a bit of an issue on our end here. So trying to record it here, trying to recover. It might be a second here. Looks like we may have lost it. We may have lost connection there. We do have a really bad thunderstorm going on right now, guys. I apologize in advance. Yeah, we just lost the entire stream. Alright, you guys got to give us a minute here. We'll be right back after a quick commercial message.
Finish line. Check the radio. Big crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing.